What is going on, everybody? We are back with another Raw review at CCW. I'm Nick.
That was so rough.
Listen, it's been a week, all right? And I don't like the fact that I got to go to bed. He's Joe, and we're talking about
Yes, I am Joe.
and we're talking about Monday Night Raw. Now, before we get to Monday Night Raw, though, there are some things that I wanted to talk about because we haven't recorded in a week. And also, by the way, Joe, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I did not put out our Monday episode from last week. This was not intentional. I didn't even realize it until I went to go record tonight, and I realized that I didn't make the copy of our Raw review from last week.
I took off not long after Monday, so I was
And
pretty much gone the week.
yeah, so we just took the week off, apparently, guys. That's which we did. To be fair.
To be fair to the TV shows, you didn't miss anything.
Oh no! Listen, don't no, we're not playing that. We're not playing that. Blood and Guts was amazing.
I did watch that show twice because I watched it when I was in Michigan, and I was a little inebriated when I watched it, so I had to watch it again when I came back because I pretty much remembered all of the women's match, but I didn't remember any of the
Oh,
Hangman match, and I only remembered the first part of the
poor,
men's War Games match.
poor. Oh, what's her face? She ate the steps. Um, Crap. I talked Jamie Hayter. Poor Jamie Hayter.
Or Sky Blue, she was bleeding like a stuck pig.
Anyways, I actually didn't mind wrestling for most of the week. I did not watch SmackDown. We watched Raw, and like I said, we did record an episode. I just didn't post it because I was like, I've got all week to do this. Um,
Your excitement for Call of Duty prevented you from
that is
remembering.
that is also true. And then SmackDown was absolutely not going to happen because I was Call of Duty had just came out and I didn't care what was going on. I did see on Twitter the Zack Ryder came back. Woo woo woo. Um,
Yeah, it was not good. He
and
should have just stayed gone.
I thought that was cool, but like again, I didn't watch the match. I didn't. I knew he lost because it's Zack Ryder.
He
Um,
lost quick. It was uneventful. The crowd didn't care. It was bad.
and then I watched Collision while I was playing Call of Duty. But we weren't going to record an episode that night because I didn't want to stop playing Call of Duty. So here we are. It's Monday, starting anew for this week. And before we get too far into this, a few things I wanted to bring up. First and foremost, something I messaged you about. Steven Richards is on some bullshit. He says that he thinks Logan Paul is better than anyone on the AEW roster and better than like 98% of the WWE roster because of the bump that he took from last Monday night, or was it 2 Monday nights ago? It was the one where
It was
the
last week's.
the Vision pushed him into the side of the thing.
Yeah, he hit his head on the apron LED board.
Yeah. And Steven was like, yeah, and we're going to watch it in slow motion here. And see how he's grimacing as before he decides he's going to go into the ring. Like, nobody does that anymore. And I was just like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, he was grimacing because he actually hit the fucking back of his head on the LED board.
Um,
That wasn't selling. That was legit.
yeah. He was hurting. That's.
Yeah, that bums me out because I like Stevie.
And, and then Kyle Fletcher responded again because Kyle Fletcher likes to respond to Stevie Richards. Kyle Fletcher, I had it pulled up on my other computer, but it doesn't do me any good over there. Kyle Fletcher had gone on to say, I think this. I think I said the same thing with his comments on me. I think a lot of these things are done with the thought process. Oh well, this will get a reaction. Oh, this will get clicks. I don't know if he believes that wholeheartedly. If he does, like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I think his opinion is bullshit, though.
Good for him
He,
because that is absolutely bullshit.
He
I don't
says,
like Logan Paul as a person. I can separate that and recognize talent.
right.
He is a very athletic man.
Yeah, he is.
He should just never be allowed near a microphone.
Nah. Kyle then went on to say, I think the roster that we have in AEW with, they get matches on weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis that I'm astounded. Like, I can't even keep up. I watch one match and I go, oh, that might be the best match I've seen this year. And then the next week it's like, oh, that might be the best match I've seen this year. He said it's absolute absurd claim to make. No hate on Logan Paul. He's doing great stuff. Good for him. He's been in the business 5 years, if that. So the level that he's performing at is insane. Do I think he's better than Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay? Not a fucking chance.
I agree with him.
So I love Kyle Fletcher because he does not care.
Yeah, I mean, what's there to care about? The opinion of somebody you're not going to be able to win over anyways?
I hope this is all building up to a coming out of retirement match. I think it'd be a lot of. I'm kidding, guys. I don't want to see Steven Richards wrestle against Kyle Fletcher.
I'm glad you did not finish that, and I'm glad you couldn't get that out fully. No, it does bum me out though, because I like listening to Stevie because my personal opinion is he is very in tune with where his place was in the business.
Yep.
And he talks about that as being kind of an underneath guy. But now he's just talking out his ass, and I don't care for that.
Right. In other news, Ariel Helwani announced that tomorrow being today for those of you that are listening to this, he's actually going to have Tony Khan live in studio.
Again?
Yeah. Has he been on the
After the last time?
Has Tony been on his show before? Because I know they've had issues due to the stuff that he's talked like with Punk about and stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe they've done an interview before, and I've seen it. It was awkward.
Oh, no.
But that's kind of Tony Khan. Tony Khan's people skills are kind of weird.
Oh yeah, that was
weird
back,
is the best way I can explain it.
That was back in 2022, shortly after the Brawlout incident.
Yeah, and a lot of it was just him ducking his questions and stuff. But
which will probably happen again.
I don't know.
There's certain things that as a boss of a company you shouldn't talk about. So I don't know why. I don't know.
If that's don't go on these type of things then.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen that interview. I thought it was interesting that he was going to be on this one.
I couldn't get through it. And then dude bashed TK afterwards because it was awful. And dude knew it was awful as it was going on, and it just, yeah, not great.
And then the last thing before we get started on our Raw review, apparently Joe Hendry is officially a WWE superstar.
Good for him.
Which we all knew was going to happen at some point.
Yep, he's just letting his contract end.
Also, shout out to Claire Obscure Expedition 33 for having an insane amount of nominations for the Video Game Awards this year.
12, the most of any game ever.
Unfortunately, 3 of them are for the...
I didn't even know you was going to bring that up, and I knew that little fact.
Listen.
Good for me.
I just... look, it's my new favorite game of all time, and I personally am super excited that it's nominated for so many things.
I just hope it wins Game of the Year, and they don't do something stupid, like put something else above it.
Listen. It's absolutely going to be Donkey Kong that wins Game of the Year. Just because that would be the one that would make me the most mad. That would make me the most mad. And that's how life goes, guys.
I don't know what all else has come out this year that's supposed to be so, like, really, really good. What else has come out this year?
Did you see the list of games?
Nominees? No.
So the list of nominees for Game of the Year are, and I wasn't making this up, it's Donkey Kong, The new Hollow Knight, the new Hades,
Oh yeah, Hades 2. That's a big one.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2,
Mm,
um, Death Stranding 2,
give me a break.
and was that it?
That is it. I'm looking at the list now as well. Yeah, it should win. It should win by a. The only game that worries me is Hades 2.
Hades and Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come was praised by almost everyone that played it and anyone that reviewed it. That game
Yes, yes.
got a lot of love.
It had the Assassin's Creed to Assassin's Creed 2 jump from what I remember reading about it. Better in every way, etc. and so forth. But the fact that Claire Obscure even exists is miraculous.
Right.
Like, I don't know how that dev team follows that up.
No, they're not going to be able to,
Things
dude.
just click in place perfectly.
I don't. Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Sandfall's going to struggle with whatever their next game is because they've set their bar so impossibly high off a jump. They're not going to be able to reach it. There's no way. Now, hopefully, I'm wrong, but
I would love to be wrong too. But man,
that would be like Assassin's Creed starting off with Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I don't. Or Final Fantasy with listen, as much as I don't like it, 7.
Yeah, I agree.
I say I don't like it. I like 7. I just don't think it's a top 5 Final Fantasy.
I know it's top 3.
Yeah, it doesn't even make my top 10.
That's bullshit.
Listen.
Considering there's only 16 of them, it doesn't make your top 10.
Listen. 4 is better than 7. 6 is better than 7. 8, 9, and
I'll
10.
give you 6.
8, 9, and 10 are all better than 7.
I think they look better than 7.
Oh no,
but I think 7's story's better.
7's story is trash compared to 8, 9, and 10. Trash.
8 doesn't even have a story. It just breaks apart into fucking nonsensical bullshit.
It's only nonsensical bullshit my ass. None of them knew who they were. Laguna was fucking Squall's dad. Like, there was a lot of story there that was super dope.
It was not.
You know what it didn't have?
Done.
It didn't have Squall. Squall wasn't in there being all like, "Man, I can't do this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I don't want to do this anymore." Fuck Cloud.
I don't know who you're referencing.
Cloud. He's a bitch. He wanted to back down because he didn't think he could beat Sephiroth. Get the fuck out of here. You're a hero. Stop being a pussy.
He didn't even know who he was because of all the experiments and shit done on him. He thought he was a completely different person.
And then
yeah, it's fucked up.
9 being Red, not 9. Red 13 had the best story in that game.
I don't disagree with you. I love me some Red 13.
Aerith. That's how much I care. Aerith
from Little Mermaid.
Aerith dying didn't even make me think of shedding a tear. I was like, get this bitch off my screen. I don't care. She needs to die. Bygone bitch. Now.
So I played the original on PlayStation, and it was fine. But I didn't get into it until I started playing the remake trilogy.
Yeah, I thought the first remake game was trash too.
It had its flaws. It had quite a bit of flaws.
But I
love those characters.
With that being said, the original 7 probably would have been a way different story had I played it back when it first came out. Like, I knew the entire story of the game going into it, so I didn't even give myself a chance to care for Ariel. I did it again, Aerith. I
Aerith.
just I just don't care. Like, and I never will.
Aerith Gainbridge.
In fact, she's like a bottom 3 character in the history of Final Fantasy for me. That's how much I don't care about her. Um,
That makes me sad.
I'm sorry, dude. The very first time so for those of you that don't know, I actually tried to play the remake before I tried playing the original, and she popped up on my screen to try and give me a flower or sell me a flower. I said, "Bitch, go away. I don't want your flowers."
Don't you have to take it?
I think you do. I don't remember. I don't even care, dude. Like, that's how much I don't care. It's 7. I don't care. Sephiroth is fucking whack. Which, don't get me wrong.
Sephiroth's awesome.
Ultimecia is also fucking whack. I'm not praising 8 for its final boss. Sephiroth sucks, dude. Oh, I'm a test tube baby. I'm gonna be mad at the whole world. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways,
there's a lot more to it than that, but
not really.
Let's get into some wrestling. We could bitch about video games all night.
We could. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. We're in Madison Square Garden. We got Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on commentary. These guys will never grow on me as a duo. I cannot.
I tone them out so much. I forget that they're even on there until Tessitore says something that I don't like.
I don't even know what it is about the two of them together that I don't like. I don't think they have very good chemistry together. And I agree. Guys, I have been, and I will be honest about this. We have been, to be fair, absolutely spoiled with commentators in our lifetime.
We had JR and King.
We had, we can even go back further than that. Any combination of Bobby the Brain Heenan, Vince McMahon, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Before he was senile and just said weird shit on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Right. Like any combination of the three of them. There's also Gorilla Monsoon. Like, they were all good at commentating in their own right. And any combination of them really worked well together.
TNA had Mike Tenay and Don West.
TNA had Mike Tenay and Don West. The Attitude Era had, as we said before, the best duo in the history of commentating, in my opinion, Jerry the King Lawler and good old JR.
Yep.
We then had, for a while, Taz and Michael Cole. Like, we've been spoiled, and now it just feels empty, and I don't know what it is, and it's across almost all commentating and wrestling.
Because these guys who are the lead announcers have no wrestling background. They're just sports commentators they just bring in to then try to teach them wrestling instead of them being in the industry and then being commentators.
We don't have like, obviously with Joe Tessitore, like, I get it, but Wade Barrett hasn't been that entertaining either, and like, he is a pro wrestler. He retired from
he was he was never a good promo either, though.
I mean, listen, I've got some bad news. He's on TV
Dude,
again.
I would rather hear Booker T than Wade Barrett. And Booker T has gotten progressively way worse on commentary.
I got to disagree with you on that one for sure. I don't ever want to hear Booker T even say hi.
Suck it, duck it, quack, quack.
I dislike Booker's commentary, so I love Booker as a wrestler, as an industry guy. But, man, his commentary is rough.
You know who I think would be good at commentating?
Probably Bubba Ray.
You nailed it.
I think he would be, if I'm being honest.
He's quick-witted. He knows his shit.
I don't know if he would.
Entertaining.
Do you think he would be able to do it without accidentally cussing, though? Because I don't think he would.
Well, if we can keep the F's out of there, like the old T-shirts, get the F's out.
That would be like them asking me to commentate. I'd be like, look, as much as I would love to, I can't. I know me way too well. I've tried to tell myself don't say the F-bomb while streaming, and I'd be like, what the fuck's up, everybody? I can't. It's...
I can do it. I have to be professional at work anyways, so
All of my bosses cuss, so I don't even have to worry about that.
yeah, I, I can turn it on and off. But that's for work that is actually work.
Right.
This I have kind of I've been watching wrestling for over 30 years, so
Right.
kind of into it. So I don't know if I could do it with something that I like personally like that. I think I would get too wrapped up in it all.
Right. Cena comes out. He thanks the city. During his talk with them, he's interrupted by none other than Dominic Mysterio again because we already had this happen once. Um, he comes out, basically says that he wants a rematch at Survivor Series. Cena says, "Aight."
Right.
JD and Finn come out. They end up jumping Cena. Sheamus comes out and helps, but there's still 2-on-3. So the numbers game is still catching up. Rey Mysterio finally comes out, and we got a 6-man tag match starting right now. And I actually put in all caps, I am fucking here for this. Match 1, impromptu 6-man tag. Cena, Sheamus, and Mysterio versus Mysterio, Balor, and McDonough. Honestly, was just a really fun match. Shout out to Rey Mysterio, still moving like he's 23.
Dude, he is so much older than all the luchadors on AEW. And I say this because AEW is the only place that has a bunch of lucha libres. He's so much better than everybody. Just crisp.
It's
crisp.
It's unfair. It really is. He's really good. Like, for those of you that don't know,
Stupid.
the legendariness of Rey Mysterio, like, the dude is insane. Now, somebody on Twitter said they think he's moving faster now than he used to, and I don't even think that's true. I just think wrestling has slowed down so much as a whole, and he's been out of the ring for so long.
I think that's coming from a bunch of people who only watch WWE.
That's true. Because, for those of you that don't know, if you haven't watched Rey wrestle in WCW, it was really quick there, too.
ECW. Or ECW. Anything.
Or AEW for the one match he did it all in.
It wasn't technically AEW yet.
Listen, they own it now. It is.
Yeah, now. Had to buy a whole nother company to own it.
That's true. But no, I thought this was actually a really fun, just stupid match thrown together.
It was almost like a house show match.
Oh yeah. We got all three faces doing Sheamus's 10 beats of whatever the fuck they call it. And Rey's had me cracking up because he was doing it to Dom, and he had to like stand up on the second rope and put his leg over Dom's arm.
Because he's so short and he couldn't do it otherwise.
Then we had all three faces doing I typed out 5 knuckly shuffle. That was supposed to be an E. 5 knuckle shuffle at the same time. That's great. I'm gonna start calling it the 5 knuckly shuffle. We've only got 2 more months of this. Faces end up winning with a series of finishers. It was just fun. Stupid fun.
Yep. It was a very stupid fun opener. And it's all downhill from here, kids.
We get a quick backstage segment where Paul Heyman turns in his folder for his 5th pick for War Games, like we didn't know who it was going to be. Had a fun commercial break moment that I'm glad they went back and referenced. The Judgment Day got into it with Andrew Schultz, which is a New York City comedian, and then some New York sports players of assorted teams.
The Giants.
There was
Scaboo, and
there was I believe it was a Giant. One of the dudes from the New York baseball team was involved. The Yankees, because I couldn't remember the fucking name of the Yankees.
He was just that was a football player just wearing a Yankees jersey.
Oh, was it? I thought one of the announcers that said he was a Yankees player.
Nope.
But yeah, that was interesting and fun and goofy. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into a match. I don't need that in my life.
No, do you want to talk about all the celebrities who were sitting ringside?
Oh, dude, I don't know who they all were. They started showing people, and I'm just like,
no. it pisses me off because we were kind of talking about this as I was watching the show, that they pay all these fucking celebrities to show up to these things to just parade them around on camera, and it's just fucking sickening. It's pandering to the fucking highest degree. I'm sick of it.
I know Gabriel Iglesias was there.
Yeah, if you've got a Netflix show or something you want to advertise, or you work for ESPN, or if you have anything being on ESPN, they're going to put your ass in the front row, put you on camera a bazillion times, and it's sickening.
Yeah. I told Joe. I was like, yeah, it bothered me too at first, and then I realized fans can't afford those tickets anyways, so it doesn't matter. Then we get an in-ring segment. Stephanie Vaquer comes out to talk about the Nikki Bella shit from last week, but she's attacked on the entrance, not even the entrance ramp. She didn't even make it too far into her entrance.
Yeah, she barely made it out of the fucking gorilla.
But yeah, she's attacked from behind by Nikki Bella. I'm laughing because of something that I'm not going to say out loud. Nikki grabs a mic and says she came back to basically run the division because she thinks she's that good.
You would be the only one.
Yeah. No, there's an army out there. There is definitely an army. So, where was I? Oh, there we go. Yeah, she says she's coming back to take back the division, and she says Stephanie will bow down to her. And then I put, Nikki isn't entertaining in any way. Which I also then at that point pulled up Twitter and was like, look, I know Nikki has an army, and this is probably going to cause some people to be really mad. I was like, but anytime Nikki Bella shows up on my TV, I want to turn the fuck off.
Yep, she's got go away heat.
She's not good in the ring. She's not good on the mic. She still looks good. I mean, she's got that going for her. But like, she's a diva. She's not a wrestler.
Agreed. She is a sports model. A lady who can look very fit and trim and in really good shape, but is not actually athletic.
And it drives me crazy that she's getting this weird push. I mean, it's predictable. We all seen it coming. We knew she was going to betray old girl from the beginning. We're not stupid.
Yep.
Nikki can't be faced for very long. But yeah, so there's that. Backstage, Asuka and Kairi tried to bring Bayley into their Survivor Series team. She basically told them no. And Lyra's proud of her, at which point Bayley calls her an idiot.
It's like, what Bayley are we getting this week?
Yes, is the answer. We get the next Last Time Is Now tournament, which ends up being Solo Sikoa versus, drumroll please, Nick Nemeth. I mean, Dolph Ziggler. Ziggles, as I like to call him.
Good old Ziggles.
I said I'm rooting for Ziggles, but he's absolutely going to lose, which we were right.
Yeah, he looked good though.
He did. And so here's the thing.
A better match than fucking Zack Ryder. Poor Matt Cardona.
So
all that dude wanted is to be back in the WWE, and they gave him a match, and it did not go well.
I know you didn't watch the British version, but
I did watch the UK version.
Oh, did you actually get to see the commercial break moment where he ate that fucking turnbuckle?
I died. No.
Okay, so chances are they don't put the commercial break segments in the UK version on a rewatch.
Yeah, because the show had ended. Yeah, a matter of fact, I can confirm because when they go to a commercial after the show ends, it goes right back to the in-ring action.
Let me see if somebody posted it on Twitter so I can send it to you. Because, dude, there's this...
The turnbuckle.
There's this part where Solo goes to throw him into the turnbuckle, dude. And it's supposed to be like one of those power turnbuckles, but he's doing it from like a little less than halfway across the ring. Like it looked like he was trying to super throw him into it while standing like 3 feet away. And Ziggler just ate the fucking turnbuckle with his chest, dude. Like, it was nasty.
Well, I mean, Dolph Ziggles.
No,
We'll call him Ziggles.
I found it. Dude, you don't understand. Here, I'm sending this to you.
All right.
Go watch it. This shit is rough.
I'm gonna say, because Ziggles bumps his ass off, dude.
No, this ain't a bump. Watch it.
I'm watching. Pulling it up on the Twitter. Oh.
People are
He
like,
sped up, dude. He ran. It's like they fast forwarded it.
yeah, no, that was real time. That was fucking real time. Bro. I was like, the ref immediately runs over and checks on him, which they didn't show that part. This was during...
He fucking runs full steam into the thing. Solo doesn't even throw him all that. Oh, yeah, he does throw him pretty fucking hard. But Ziggles just runs right into it. Holy shit, man.
So that's what I was talking about. When you were like, yeah, no, he sells his... No, he does sell his ass off. That's a known fact. This was a little more than that. I was pretty sure he was dead for a second.
Whiplash, dude.
Anyways, so
God damn.
listen to a sound on later. It's even worse.
Well, now I got to. Oh.
So yeah, Ziggles ate the turnbuckle. That's what I meant by eating the turnbuckle.
God.
It was rough.
It's like, oh, look at that. That's cute. He's trying to do a Bret Hart chest bump on the turnbuckle. No, he tried to run through the turnbuckle.
So later on in the match, I typed in all caps, "Holy shit, that was rough."
Yeah.
Dolph ends up hitting a zigzag later. Solo kicked out. That kind of annoyed me, and then I remembered that everybody kicks out of at least one zigzag.
Oh, dude, I was so annoyed. I was hoping Ziggles was going to win because I don't want to see Solo Sikoa ever.
He then hits a super kick, goes for another zigzag. Solo hits him with a Samoan spike, gets the 3 count, and I hate it here. Dude, sometimes I just feel like wrestling companies legit just make the wrong decision, right? Like, this is one of those times where, don't get me wrong, I understand Ziggler's probably only on loan for one night. And I understand that WWE's not going to want to push people that aren't full-on WWE superstars further into this tournament. But I feel like you need at least one to do it. Like, you need to give people a reason to ever expect that if anyone ever shows up, they actually have a chance to do something. And, like, whether it would have been Zack Ryder, I don't know who he wrestled. I just know that he wrestled.
LA Knight.
Oh, yeah, no, LA Knight was the right person to win that. But, what...
It was very quick, dude. It was like a 3-minute match. It was not great.
However, like, I feel like Ziggler is in a good position where he could have won.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Solo's not over.
No, dude, he was getting during, again, I don't know if you caught it. I don't know if it was a commercial break moment or if it happened during the match, but the crowd is chanting to Solo Sikoa, "You can't wrestle." Like,
that's not true. He can wrestle. He's just not over. He's not entertaining. His gimmick is awful. It's Bloodline Light.
Right. And he's not Roman Reigns.
It's run its course. He's not evolving because he can't get himself over. He only got over in the Bloodline.
Right. And yeah,
he's awful.
I was like, again, part of me was like, I get it. You know, I do. Like, Ziggles isn't a WWE superstar anymore. But
you want to put your young guy over.
You want to put your guy over. I get it, but at the same time, you just have to give us a chance. Give us, give us a reason to think that if there's ever going to be somebody that steps in, they actually have a chance to win. And I just feel like this would have been a good time to do it.
Plus, this isn't a King of the Ring or something where you're trying to make a new star.
No.
This is for Cena's last go-round. And it would have made more sense with his history with Ziggles. Not that Ziggles was going to win the whole thing, but at least getting to the next stage. Because Gunther's winning the whole thing.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about him soon.
Yeah, I didn't like his match either.
Oh, that's a shame, because I thought it was probably one of the best matches of the night and in the tournament so far.
That is not a very high bar. I agree with all of those things, but that's not a very high bar to clear.
But no, I just think Ziggles should have won. Now we got to watch Solo in another tournament match that doesn't matter.
Or at the very least, have Solo cheat to win. He beat him clean as a sheet, dude.
Right.
The tall guy didn't even have to interfere.
So after this happens, we get another great moment on commercial break. So the New Day are out talking shit. And one of the things they mention is that they can, unlike the tag titles, there's somebody over on SmackDown that defends the U.S. title every week. He's like, and any one of us out of the New Day could go and walk out of that as U.S. champion. He was like, but what we really want are the tag titles, and but they won't give us a tag title match. He's like, because we'd walk out of that match with the championship too. And then all of a sudden, Grayson Waller starts looking like he starts choking or something along those lines. And as he starts to choke, Xavier's like, "Oh, Grayson, are you okay? Are you okay?" And all of a sudden, Grayson Waller pulls off his hoodie or his jacket or whatever it was, and he's got an Indiana Halliburton jersey on. And he starts making the choke sign because they're in Madison Square Garden. And Xavier's
owns their ass.
And Xavier's like, "That's right. We wouldn't be choke artists like like all the teams here in here in New York, especially the Knicks." It was a great time. Things like that.
Unfortunately, the joke's not aging well because the Pacers are off to the worst start in franchise history.
Yeah, to be fair, their best player's still out, isn't he?
To be fair, they're top 4 players. Well, 4 of their top 5 players are out with injury. They're decimated, dude. It's crazy.
And that's why you just limp through this year and then try to put it all back together next year.
That's exactly right.
Hopefully by then Halliburton's back to being able to train and getting back into it and get
he's
healthy.
He's training now. He's out of the boot and
good.
All that stuff. He's just not going to be ready to play competitive professional basketball this year.
Right. We get an in-ring segment, which is Alexa Bliss. She's annoyed that Flair hadn't responded to her, absolutely berating this woman.
It was a good promo by Lexi.
It was. She was doing a good job. And then the Kabuki Warriors, Weeble and Lash showed up.
Weebles.
It starts off with Asuka saying things in Japanese, which I loved.
Yep.
And then Weeble started to talk shit, which I didn't love.
What she said wasn't bad, at least.
What she said wasn't bad, but her voice inflections suck and are absolutely not convincing. That's part of her problem. Disagree. That's part of her problem. She doesn't sound threatening at all.
Yeah.
At that point, they all surround
the
Bliss,
ring.
Who was in the ring. They climb in because they're about to jump her, and then all of a sudden, Rhea and Io rush out, and then they slide into the ring, and they're all standing together, and then the 3 of them get jumped, at which point Charlotte comes out with a kendo stick. She beats the hell out of Lash and Nia with it. And then Charlotte and Bliss are hugging in the corner, and Charlotte looks over, at which point Io starts to hug Rhea, and it makes Charlotte laugh, which I don't think was supposed to happen. Fun little moment though, and my god, is this match going to be insanely lopsided skill wise? Especially after we find out,
awful, dude.
especially after we find out who else ends up joining this match, or is probably going to join this match for the faces. It's going to be insanely lopsided skill wise. It's
going to be awful.
And here's just
absolutely awful.
Oh, dude. I listen. I have hope. I said that about the women's blood and guts match, and it ended up being better than the men's.
I agree.
So like, and they were both good for me. Like I enjoyed both of them. That's not me downing the men's by any means. I thought it was also really fun. So yeah,
the men's was boring in parts.
The women's surprised me, and I was like, sweet. So I'm hoping the hope of all hopes that at War Games the women surprise me as well. It's not the women that I worry about. It's just Nia.
It's just it's WWE style of these type of matches. They're awful. Now, I don't need the total gore fest that was Blood and Guts, but this is going to be like a G-rated movie in comparison.
And again, it's all going to just depend on how it's handled. Like, obviously, that's a stupid fucking comment to make. But it's like, again, if Nia comes in with a weapon and, like, fake hits people, like...
Total immersion breaker.
Immersion breaker. It killed the entire match for me last time.
Dude, the fucked up thing is, you're just going to see it no matter what she does.
I probably will. And that's unfortunate.
I know you. I know you will. I look forward to those messages over Discord while we're watching that.
It's gonna be rough, dude. I'm not looking forward to Nia.
I'm not looking forward to any of these War Game matches, dude. I am so wishing they would just turn Survivor Series back to the 5-on-5s.
Yeah. Then we get to the women's Intercontinental title match. And I was right. It was more likely that Maxine Dupree was going to win than Becky squash Maxine.
For some reason, they are really, really, really trying to get this awkward lady over.
So I actually don't think they are. What I think is going on is they wanted to get the belt off of Becky so that Becky can eventually move. Like, I think Becky's going to disappear for a little bit. But I do think we're going to end up with a just Becky versus AJ thing, and they didn't want the title tied to that. I think Maxine winning it gets the title off of Becky, and they did it in a way that storyline-wise makes sense. AJ's the one that, even though they didn't come out and say it, we know that AJ's the one that, quote-unquote, trained Maxine during the week that she trained or whatever. But then AJ comes out, causes the distraction. My guess is Becky is going to join the heels in the War Games match because they're going to need one more person.
Obviously.
And what I think this is going to lead to is, not that it's much better, I think Maxine is going to lose the title to Roxanne.
I would rather it be Raquel. Can it be Raquel? Can we just put that out there?
It won't be because they love Roxanne for some reason, dude. But
Raquel is so much better.
Listen, I agree. You're not getting an anti-Raquel argument out of me.
I know, but why can't they see that? Not that I have anything against Roxanne. Roxanne is going to be... She's an up-and-comer.
Right.
Raquel is much more established.
But I think
her work shows.
I think that's why. Because the IC title is supposed to be a mid-card situation. Raquel is better served, apparently, as Roxanne's sidekick. But more importantly, what I think this is going to lead...
the Big Daddy Cool to Roxanne's HBK.
But what I think this is actually going to lead to, because domino effect, we have got to be getting close to Liv being back. Like, it's got to be sometime in the next couple months. Like, I feel like she's been gone for fucking ever at this point.
I think they're saving her for the Rumble.
I think she comes back during the Rumble, which is fine, right? But Roxanne's going to still be the IC champ around that time. I don't think Liv is going to win the Rumble, but I do think she's going to get into a situation with Roxanne and her coming back and immediately being thrown into an IC championship program with Roxanne over Judgment Day, and everything going on with Judgment Day just makes too much sense to not go that direction.
I can see that.
Because I don't think
that is a very logical place to go.
I don't think they're going to just throw her into a world title picture right off the bat, because like she's got nothing really going on at this point with Stephanie Vaquer. And Stephanie's dealing with all the other shit that she's dealing with, and they're gonna have to do something with the Death Riders. I did it. Judgment Day storyline.
No, different terrible group. Terrible group.
They've been better lately. They just need to go away.
They've just been around. Both of them have just been around too long.
However, this match, there were several missed moments. Like, there was one.
Oh man,
Maxine went to go do a leg drop, completely missed Becky, but Becky sold it.
Completely missed. There was a chasm in between where her leg hit and Becky's head was.
There was one point where Becky went to go do an arm breaker, a falling arm breaker. It looked absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Becky was trying like hell to get this girl over, man. She was bumping for her. She was selling all this missed bullshit and just trying like hell to get this lady over, and just girl's not ready. She's clumsy.
So the way the match ends, Becky goes to take the turnbuckle pad off after arguing with the ref. AJ Lee's music hits. She comes skipping out, distracts Becky. Maxine Dupree hits an off-the-top crossbody, which was like the only actual good-looking move that she did the entire match. Gets the win, is the new women's IC champ. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, she's absolutely, in my opinion, going to end up being just a transitional champion. I don't think she holds it longer than a month, maybe two, depending on how long they want to wait to throw Roxanne into her. But I just feel like that's a good place for Roxanne to go for now, is to fight for the IC title.
Sigh.
Match 4, which is my match of the night. The time is now tournament match: Javon Evans versus Gunther. Here's my entire sentence on it. Gunther wins with a headlock. This match was pretty fucking fun though. I have a prediction that Joe will say Evans got too much offense.
No, the Evans guy got his hope spots. He sold really well for Gunther's offense. I don't have a bad thing to say about the guy.
No, I like Javon Evans.
He leaped over the top rope on his dive with like super ease.
Yeah, dude, you talk about the one where Gunther caught him?
Yeah.
And then tossed him into the fucking apron.
Yeah.
It was just a fun match. I thought it was a really good match.
It was fine. There was nothing egregious about it. Dude sold well. Gunther let him get his shit in, but still beat him pretty easily.
And so far, of all the matches I've seen in this tournament, the only one I thought was a good match, because it's been a rough tournament, man. Like, this has been
this tournament has been a blight on their TV.
It might be one of the worst tournaments I've seen in the history of wrestling, and that's guys. There's been a lot of tournaments. Yeah. There's been a lot of King of the Rings. There's been Tony Khan puts on like 7 tournaments a year. There's a lot of tournaments, lots, and this might be the worst so far. Like, it's rough.
Yeah, it has not been great. Hopefully, this next round will be a lot better. But I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't. It's just, I don't know. I think 90% of the right people have won the matches that were supposed to be won. Don't get me wrong. That's not my complaint. It's just the wrestling has been terrible, like mostly terrible.
Yeah, the wrestling's been kind of the times that they've been given have been short. The people in there, like, yeah, while most of the time the people who needed to win, their opponents they've been facing, I mean, there's no shockers, there's no stakes either. Oh, you're John Cena's last opponent. Who gives a shit? He's retiring. Like,
Yeah, it's also for the IC title though. There's some stakes.
we don't know that yet. They haven't said that. He could lose a Survivor Series to Dom.
Bro, if he loses the Survivor Series to Dom, I'm done. I will not watch WWE anymore.
He needs to be putting people over on his way out.
He could put over whoever wins this tournament. Dom needs to not be that guy.
Yeah, but then if we do get to the end and it is for the IC title, it's like ho hum, Gunther's the fucking forever Intercontinental Champion again.
I will take that over Dom.
I don't disagree with that, but I would rather see Dom drop it to somebody else.
Yeah,
and Gunther stay in the world title picture.
I want Dom to stay in the AAA title picture. Get him the fuck off my TV for a while.
He does need kind of a refresh, kind of a go away and then come back. He can still be a heel,
Absolutely.
even though he gets cheered like crazy.
But the problem is they're not going to do anything with him like that until Judgment Day breaks up, and they're not going to do that until Liv comes back. And we're at least going to be looking at the next
2 more months.
2 to 3 more months before that even happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
about 2.5 months.
Even tonight, JD and Finn were out there, and they were all buddies again. I don't even that confused the shit out of me. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna jump Cena. Like, don't get me wrong, it led to a fun match. But like, they've been having these issues, and like, oh, we're not gonna help you. We're not gonna be by your side. And now all of a sudden, here we are.
And then all of a sudden, when it makes sense to book a match, it's like, oh yeah, they're buddies again. Yeah, I don't disagree.
So then, yeah, we get an in-ring segment. Oh no, I'm sorry. Backstage, Maxine Dupree is celebrating with AJ. Maxine goes off with American Alpha, at which point AJ is then asked if she's going to stick around, and she said that she doesn't know. She was really only here to help her husband, but there's something about Becky that lights that fire inside of her. And then all of a sudden Rhea shows up and it's like, hey, you got a second to chat? And AJ's like, yeah, sure. And they walk off. And I was like, looks like we have our 5th and last woman for the War Games match.
on the babyface side, anyways.
Right. Which again, that excited me. I was like, at least AJ could be involved, depending on what all they're going to do with her. But I don't want her near Nia.
No, please don't hurt AJ Lee 2 matches back.
And like I said, I'm pretty sure that means Becky's going to be the 5th and final woman for the heel side, because they've got the Kabuki Warriors / Weeble. I gotta stop calling her Weeble. That is such an asshole thing.
Nia.
She moves so fucking awkwardly in the ring, dude. It has nothing to even do with her weight. The reason I say that, she's so
she
fucking
moves
awkward.
that way because she's obviously not trying to hurt someone. Because she's just so much bigger than everybody else.
But it just doesn't.
She wrestles in a way where she is just overly cautious.
But she's got to find something different, man. Because, like, look.
I know.
Awesome Kong didn't have a fucking issue. Like, big women can dominate. You're right. You just got to know how to wrestle.
I don't disagree. You got to be safe. Learn to be safe.
Karma, for those of you that didn't know her, is Awesome Kong, and and chances are, if you listen to podcasts, you're probably too young to even know who the fuck that was.
That makes me feel extremely old. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Look up some old TNA videos, kids.
Oh,
it's
dude.
on the YouTube.
Honestly,
get your Google machine and look it up.
Her first appearance as Karma in WWE was really good, and then she got pregnant and disappeared.
Well, lots happened, but won't go into any of that. But yeah, she kind of disappeared.
Right. I mean, there's more to it. It wasn't just she got pregnant, but that was the initial reason she disappeared.
Yeah, she had some health issues and stuff after that.
Then we get our in-ring segment. The Vision comes out, and then Drew McIntyre comes out. And then Heyman says that he's walked X amount of teams into War Games, but this is the best War Games team he's ever put together. At which point, Punk, and then the Usos, and then Cody, all came out, and I was like, oh, so this is why the last 30 minutes is the last. Actually, it was like almost 50 minutes. It was almost the last hour. Was Heyman coming out, talking, and then each person doing their entrances.
Dude, by the time they did all that, there was less than like 12 minutes left to do any of the physical stuff.
This was supposed to be just a face-off where they stand there and talk shit to each other, but the faces surrounded the ring like they were a bunch of heels. They all got into the ring, and a big brawl happened. I did like that, by the way. I didn't need the trash talk. Just beat the hell out of each other. That's fine. However, mid-fight, Brock Lesnar's music hits, and dude, it's so weird having just a mix of emotions all happen at once, because initially, just there's that split second of, oh, it's Brock it's Brock Lesnar. Because again, we've watched this man for
we've been expecting him for weeks too.
Right. But you know, guys, I have seen Brock Lesnar wrestle for the better part of the last 15 years.
Hell, longer than that.
Yeah, longer than that. We're getting old. I think he debuted in like 2002, 2003, some shit like that.
Yeah, we're talking 20 some years, bro.
But and he was good back then. He was good for like the first 7 years he was a wrestler. And then
he's still not bad. It's just he's very limited in what he wants to do now.
Right. But his music hits, and I get that initial rush of like, oh yeah, it's Brock, and then it's like, oh wait, no, it's Brock Lesnar. Like this isn't the same guy. B, right now he's mixed us into some really weird shit. And I don't want to see him wrestle, because it's just, again, tonight's proof. He's just gonna suplex people. That's it. Eat, sleep, suplex, repeat. That was his fucking thing for like 7 years, the last 7 years, 8, 9 years, whatever.
And like 10, 12 years now. But when Brock is motivated, he's fantastic, dude. He sells really well.
Yeah. And he's safe. Like, you watch him do like those Germans, both the Germans he did to Cody. He dropped him.
That first one on Cody, it was perfect.
He dropped him
perfectly on his back.
He dropped him right on the shoulder blades. Everything was great. The second one, it was a little cockeyed, but it still wasn't bad.
Cody turned.
But yeah, so he gets in there. He basically clears the couple, like he clears Punk and then took out Cody. And then all of a sudden, Roman, they start doing the title card like it's the end of the show. And then Roman Reigns' music hits. And Roman starts to come out. And again, it happened again.
So
I was like, oh, it's Roman. It's Roman Reigns. So I get excited, and then I remember who it is. And then I'm like, ugh. And of course, do not get me wrong. There was that moment where they're staring at each other. And I was like, this actually feels big with these two being involved. But then Brock goes for the clothesline. Dude ducks it, and then Superman punches him. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. It's Roman.
Yeah, it's the same shit over and over and over. They don't mix it up enough.
They don't. And
every one of their matches is the same match.
And, Brock slides out of the ring afterwards laughing, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But then, we did get one really cool moment. So, we get the spot that I hate so much at this point. It's a stupid spot where Roman spears Bronson Reed through the fucking barricade, but he also took 2 quote-unquote NYPD officers with him, which they're just wrestlers dressed up as cops. But
Yeah, they're just local indie talent dressed up in costumes, pretending to be police officers.
I enjoyed it because it was a wrestler and two cops at the same time that all crashed through this fucking barricade, and I was like, that's funny. That's as much as I hate this spot, I'll accept it this time because other people ate it at the same time. I'm cool with it. But no, dude, that was it, and it just you didn't see anything going on with anybody else. You didn't see anything going on with the Usos or anyone outside of the ring. You didn't see anything with Cody up until he slid into the ring to basically get fucking Germaned a couple times.
All the things happening with Punk was happening in the background.
Yeah,
They were showing what's his name getting stopped by the police, and immediately behind the police, CM Punk is choking the life out of Logan Paul with a kendo stick. No police officer after him for that.
I think it would have been cool if it was a tie, but that's other things.
Well, Justin Roberts works in another place now, so
That's true. That's true.
with the same guy who choked him with a tie too.
Yeah, that is true. But no, I just for everything that felt right about how this show ended, there was something wrong with it.
It's two paint by numbers. It's WWE paint by numbers.
It is. Listen, if I would be more understanding of Brock being back in the wrestling ring if he did more than just German suplex people and F5ing people. Like if he actually listen, what you guys don't understand is he used to have a plethora of different he used to do T-bones, he used to do fucking press slams. Like he did a lot of shit slam wise. It wasn't just German suplexes. He also did
just move spam.
He also used to do stupid shit like
shooting star presses onto the top of your head.
Shooting star presses onto his neck, which to be fair, like, he had done it before and landed it.
He had done it several times.
This was not one of them.
No.
So like there's more to what he can do. There's more to what Roman can do. I watched Roman wrestle when he was with the Shield. It wasn't just 2 moves of fucking doom. Like he used to be able to do so much more. There was at least 4 more moves that he could do.
Yep. Now it's spear, Superman punch, repeat. Spear, Superman punch, repeat.
It's just so boring at this point.
And to be real, the Superman punch is such a stupid fucking move.
Listen. We're not going to do the orange punch that way, all right? You leave the orange punch out of this.
I didn't say the orange punch. I said the Superman punch.
It is the same fucking move.
One is done by a comedy wrestler who's not being taken seriously. The other one is like the most serious of serious fucking performers there is.
That's true. But no, I'm so tired of seeing. It's the same shit. And dude, I swear to God, you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get to the War Games match, and
it's gonna be awful.
Punk is gonna hit the stupid go to sleep. And they're gonna bounce off the ropes. He's gonna fall on Punk's shoulders, and I'm gonna turn the fucking pay-per-view off. I'm gonna turn the motherfucker off.
I don't think the baby faces are winning. I think the heels are winning.
Look, I'm not saying that because he's gonna win from this happening. But
I don't even think that spot will happen.
The spot will happen, and then he'll get screwed out of it. Listen, if they tell the story right, the heels will win, because the face women are going to win. They need the heels to win in the men's match.
Yep, I 1000% agree.
Even if I don't like Brock Lesnar all that much, even if I'm first and foremost the visionary part of it, it was as much as I don't care for the fucking Logan Paul at all. If you really want to push Breaker, you really want to push Reed into anything other than being a middling couple of people that they currently feel like they are, they need to win this match.
The heels need it more.
And I'm telling you right now, what you do, you really want to push your Braun Breaker over, you have him spear and pin Roman Reigns. That's how you end that match.
I don't disagree with that at all.
However, I'm honestly, you could have him pin. Listen, as long as he pins Roman, Punk, or Cody,
Yep.
you're gonna get him over a little bit better than you would have. Because I'm telling you right now, if he does it to Jay, or even Jimmy for that matter, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna mean the same.
Nope, I agree. I absolutely agree. I actually look for the heels to dominate.
I would hope so. Although I think the faces are going to get the advantage.
I agree. I think that's going to be the only way that they stay in the match. I think once everybody gets in the cage and the actual match starts where you can actually win, I think that's when the heels just beat the living piss out of everybody.
And you know what you do? Oh, dude, it'd be perfect. The first heel and the first face. I don't care who you put in from the faces team. It's probably going to be like Jimmy.
Poor Big Jim. I think it's going to be Jay and then Jim.
I like Jimmy. It's not me to talk. It's not meant to talk shit. But he is the bottom of the totem pole of the 5 men in that match. If you think about it from
well,
a standing
it's
aspect.
not even close. Yeah, it's not even close.
I think Jimmy's a better wrestler than Jay personally, but Jimmy didn't say yeet before Jay did. But I think Jimmy is going to start it off. I think you put Bronson Reed first.
I don't mind that at all.
Now, one of the things I do love that AEW does a little bit more than what WWE does in terms of this specific match type. I like that everyone stays in the back and comes out when it's their time, so that you don't have them all standing there and able to talk with each other like you see
in a cage, all bumbling around.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather them just stay in the back. When it's time for someone to come out, they just fucking come out.
You want to know why I hate the WWE one?
Why is that?
Because people come out, then they get to the ring, and then they stop for 5 minutes as they open up the fucking ring apron to try to find weapons to bring into the ring with them.
Yeah, just come out with your weapons. That's another thing. If you're going to bring a weapon in, fine. But don't take 10 minutes to look for one. I don't know.
Yeah, just...
Better
the
yet,
AEW one flowed so much better than any of the previous War Games matches.
Better yet, have them all come. You want them to stand inside the cage and talk it out. Just have them have their weapons with them inside the cage. You can even have fun with the heels. One of them could have a kendo stick, and on their way to the ring, they could poke it into the fucking cage of the face team. It could be like, cause you see Brock Lesnar fucking poking him and smiling and laughing while he's fucking just being obnoxious. I don't know. Something that's not whatever last year's was, because last year's was the only good thing that came out of War Games last year was what did come out of War Games last year?
Nothing good.
Because the year before that,
honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you who was. Well, I could tell you some of the participants, but I couldn't tell you who won, who didn't win, who just nothing. These matches are not memorable. The only WWE War Games matches that were memorable is when they first brought it back, and it was in NXT.
Oh, I forgot. Last year it was. Oh, that's why we didn't remember it.
Oh, it was Punk and the Bloodline.
No, it was the Bloodline versus the Bloodline last year.
Yeah, but Punk was with Roman's side.
Yeah, it just shows
because they needed that extra recruit.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough.
So it was Punk, Sammy,
Jimmy J,
and Roman against Solo and whoever else. I can't even remember who he had. Was it the Gorillas of Destiny and? Yeah, I don't even know.
It was
whoever was in Solo's group.
It was Jacob Fatu, Tonga, and Tama, and Solo.
So it's 4v4
and Bronson Reed.
Okay. Oh yeah, because Bronson was a late arrival to it.
Yeah, Bronson broke his ankle last year from jumping off the cage to do a tsunami.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the women's match. What was the women's match? The women's was Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley versus Liv, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. And I remember I spent the entire time, because Nia was one of the first women to come in, and I spent the entire time bitching. It was a rough year.
Oh man,
It was a rough year.
this match type just sucks.
It, again, I don't think that it sucks. I think you need to have a reason.
Their way of doing it sucks.
I think you need to have a reason first and foremost to do it. Like I've said before, I don't mind there being 2 Survivor Series matches every Survivor Series. That's how it's always been. Like, it's not always been men and women, because there used to be like 2 men's Survivor Series matches per Survivor Series. I'm fine with the 5-on-5 elimination style matches. I actually wish they would go back to that more often. But I wouldn't mind if one match out of the 2 of them was a War Games match. Like, you want to do a women's one and a men's one each year, fine. As long as you can find an organic way, which none of this feels organic, by the way. But as long as you find an organic way to put the matches together, cool. Do 2 5-on-5 matches, but make one of them a traditional Survivor Series, and one of them, whichever one deems necessary to do it, one of them be a War Games match. I'm fine with that aspect. I don't need 2 War Games matches, though. It's like having 2 Hell in a Cells, 2 Elimination Chambers, 2, like, I don't need a men and
Elimination Chamber, they actually made a good reason to have the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's usually to go against whoever didn't get picked for.
It's to go for whatever championship the Royal Rumble winner didn't pick. So that makes sense. So now there's a reason for those matches to exist.
But like any other thing, Survivor Series, whatever, like, I don't need a men and women's version of everything. Like, in fact, if you just want to have one Survivor Series match and you know, here and there, this one could be a women's, this one could be a men's from year to year, whichever one just feels and has been deemed necessary for the story, fine. I don't know.
Or just book everything better to where there are the stakes necessary for both of them to actually be in there.
Which, again, I'm not trying to eliminate, not having 2. I just don't feel like they know how to write 2 in a way that doesn't feel right.
They have a terrible time putting stakes in anything.
They do.
And making it feel like a big moment.
Oh, don't say that to the wrong fan. WWE is all about moments. They don't even care about their matches. It's all about the moment.
It's all about the finisher and the entrance. Those are 2 moments, I'll give you that, but they are not big moments.
I don't know.
It's just getting to the end of the match to post your thumbnail that you'll put on YouTube to get all the fucking views on there.
It goes, and again, I'm looking at the match card right now, right? The match card for Survivor Series. In fact, this has been a complaint that we've talked about before on our little podcast, and it's something that I hate. Let me look up WWF Survivor Series. We'll just go with 1999. Which is probably going to be a terrible year for me to compare this to. Match card.
99 was like the worst year of the Attitude Era.
What are the matches? No, I just need results, motherfucker. Listen. Survivor Series 2024. Had 5 matches. You had the men and women's War Games match. You had Shinsuke versus LA Knight. You had Braun Breaker beating Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. And then Gunther beating Damian Priest. Right? Those were the 5 matches for Survivor Series 2024. There were 10 matches at the 1999 Survivor Series. There was the 4-on-4 Survivor Series elimination match. Listen, we're not going to talk about who's in it. We're just going to keep going. Actually, this probably would have been a banger year. It was D'Lo Brown, the Godfather, and the Headbangers versus the Acolytes and the Dudley Boys.
Oh, Acolytes and Dudleys probably mopped the floor with them guys.
I would hope so. Kurt Angle beat Shawn Stasiak in a singles match. Then we had the other...
That was a stinker of a match.
They actually held 3 Survivor Series matches this year. There was another one that was Gangrel, Mark Henry, Steve Blackman, and Val Venus.
That's a hodgepodge group.
Against the British Bulldog and the Mean Street Posse.
Ooh, that was like Davey Boy when he wore the jeans and the...
Yep. They had...
when he came back with his back injury.
They had an 8-woman tag match, which was... it doesn't matter. It's the women.
Yeah.
Listen, it wasn't good.
That was the Divas era.
Listen,
those
no,
matches were not good.
This was pre-Divas. This was... But I'm telling you right now, Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young were involved, and we don't need to talk about that.
Okay, yeah, nope.
Kane wrestled against X-Pac.
And their little blood feud.
Big Show wrestled against Big Boss Man, Mideon, Albert, and Viscera in a 1-on-4 match. I remember that, actually. Because I remember McMahon putting Big Show in that match.
That's a corporate ministry.
Chyna wrestled against Chris Jericho for the IC title.
Oh, for the Intercontinental title. God, I remember that match.
And then they had the last Survivor Series match, which was the Hollies and Too Cool versus Edge and Christian and the Hardys. That was probably a good match. That would have
probably been good. Yeah.
Which that was the second longest match on the card. That actually ran 14 and a half minutes. The New Age Outlaws wrestled Al Snow and Mankind for the tag team championships.
Ooh.
And then Big Show wrestled Triple H and The Rock. There was Big Show, Triple H, and The Rock in a 3-way match. I believe Big Show had to win the handicap match from earlier to get into that match, if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
With that being said, you're talking about 10 matches. You were able to fit 10 matches on a card where you only do 5 now. Here's the difference.
Not nearly as many advertisements.
No. The men's and women's 2024 War Games matches both run over a half hour. The women's ran 38 minutes. The men's ran 41 minutes, almost 42 minutes.
Yeah, because you got all that time spaced out before entrances and all the other dumb shit.
Right, and then you had the two of the singles matches lasted both 15 and then 20 minutes, and then there was the other singles match that only lasted 10 minutes. And this is the difference. None of the Survivor Series matches, except for one, on the old card, lasted over 10 minutes. All three. So the first men's one was 9 minutes 36. The second men's one was 9 minutes and 8. The Hollies one was 14 and a half minutes. So yeah, there's those. You had the men's championship match was 16 minutes 16 seconds, which was the longest match of the night. And then the tag championship match was 14 minutes. And then everything else was like under 10 minutes. Some of them under 5 minutes. Kane beat X-Pac in 5 minutes. The 8-woman tag match lasted 1 minute and 52 seconds.
God damn.
Big Show beat Big Boss Man, Mideon, Prince Albert, and Viscera in 1 minute and 24.
Yeah, those were only matches in the sense of a word.
But that's the difference. So this was something we had mentioned earlier, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Up until probably mid Ruthless Aggression era, Vince was really good about booking his shows. And well, pay-per-views anyways, in terms of the right matches having the right length of time and how long they were supposed to be out there doing what they needed to do. Again, just as a stupid example that we brought up before, we watched that match that was both of us watched that match that was D'Lo versus Kurt Angle. Lasted all of what was it, 5 minutes, if that?
Yeah, but it had a flow to it, and
everything that
each
needed to
person
happen.
got something in. Yeah, yeah.
And honestly, at least from my remembering, that's what a lot of the stuff was. And don't get me wrong, there's still bad stuff, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everything was sunshine and goddamn rainbows. That wasn't.
No, a lot of it we remember with rose-colored glasses.
There's a lot of bad matches back then too. But we were younger, and again, as I tell people, watching wrestling during the Attitude Era felt great because it felt like we weren't supposed to be watching it.
Yep, it was just a different time.
It was. But even then, you still talk about mid-card ass D'Lo Brown putting on a great match with Kurt Angle, 5-minute fucking match, and it was a great match, guys. It wasn't just a mediocre
and it wasn't
match.
Squash. Right, it wasn't a squash.
No, it wasn't a squash match. Like, you would think Kurt Angle versus D'Lo, Kurt Angle probably beat him in... No. Like, it was a pretty good match. It went 5 minutes. They did what they had to do, and they got the fuck out of there.
And that includes intros.
Yeah.
By the way.
And that's fine with pay-per-view matches, too. Not every match... That's what I'm saying. Not every match needs to be 15 to 20 minutes.
Tony Khan, take notice, please.
Tony Khan's like, I will put on an all-day show for all of you.
Oh, God.
And every match will be 30 minutes.
I'm just waiting for him to be like, oh, new AEW pay-per-view where I book an entire day's worth of show for you. 24 hours of non-stop AEW.
It'll be all in.
He'll call it something like AEW around the clock.
No, don't do that. AEW Timeless.
Yeah, because we don't know what a watch is. We just let two performers go until they can't go any further because they're completely tired.
Sponsored by Rolex.
Oh, God.
Listen, at least AEW doesn't beat us in the face with ads, dude. Listen.
No, WWE is so bad with it.
It's so frustrating. You'll be sitting there watching Raw. And listen, this is if you're not, watching it through nefarious means. But you'll be sitting there watching Raw.
Nefarious. We're paying for our fucking VPN.
That's true. But you'll be sitting there, like, say we're not watching that through a VPN, though, right? So you're there, you're watching Raw. And then all of a sudden, it'll be like, all right, we're going to commercial break. It goes to commercial break. It comes back. And then all of a sudden, the announcers are playing with action figures on the fucking announce table. And then they'll be like, yeah, we've got new action figures coming out, which I'm still surprised that Logan Paul's one of the 4 new ones that are coming out. But anyways.
I don't get it.
It's like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, someone else, Dusty Rhodes. It's Dusty Rhodes. Yeah. And then Logan Paul. One of these is not like the others. That's for sure.
I'm guessing it's for the youth.
Sure. But they'll be playing with these action figures, and then they're like advertising it by telling you about it. Yeah, we got these new action figures coming out from JBL or whatever that's called. Company's called JIL. And it's just like, why? Why? Why are we doing this?
Pushing it right down our throats. Buy our stuff. Buy our stuff.
Look at all of our ads in the ring.
Fine.
Look at our bottle of Prime on the side of this thing. Look, our ladders have ads. Our tables have ads.
Yeah, and Slim Jim on the fucking table that you're going to break. It's too much.
I don't even call them
one thing because you're doing an ad. You're doing a gimmick for something you're advertising. It would be. I understand advertising things, but your entire show is about advertising. The ring post, the fucking ring has like 8 different advertisements in it. The LED boards, the fucking weapons now.
I've
too much.
I've got to the point I don't even call them tables anymore. I call them Slim Jims.
I hate it so much.
I'd be like, he got slammed through a Slim Jim. Listen, listen. All I know, if you guys watch Blood and Guts, is I don't know where Tony Khan gets his tables from, but somebody's not vetting them bitches.
Yeah. Which part are you talking about?
Dude, dude. At least once during the women's match, and then about 4 times during the men's match, they went to go put people through tables, and they did not go through the tables.
Oh yeah, where Sky Blue got power bombed and it didn't break. She's the only one I remember it didn't break.
It happened to the men like 3 times. In fact, one of them took 2 of the guys working together to spear someone else through the table to get it to finally break. It was hilarious. I just kept yelling, "I am the table." Anyways,
And
guys.
Botchamania is not short on content then.
No, they're not. There's going to be a lot of "I am the table" moments just from that show. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. We've talked for almost an hour and a half. It's been one of our longer ones in a long time. So,
We had quite a bit to talk about since we didn't really do much last week.
the good news is, so we've got Dynamite on Wednesday. It's a 3-hour show.
Oh fuck! I hate 3-hour shows. God.
Theirs makes sense though, because the pay-per-view Saturday. So, we got a 3-hour show Wednesday. We'll be doing our predictions Wednesday.
It's gonna be a late night.
Hooray for predictions. Which reminds me, I need to go purchase the pay-per-view now while I know I have got the money. And then we're probably not going to cover SmackDown because it's Friday, and I will probably be playing D&D.
We ain't missing anything on SmackDown. If there's anything of note, we'll briefly mention it
Right.
on because the pay-per-view's Saturday, right?
Well, AEW's pay-per-view is this Saturday. I believe
Right.
the PLE is next Saturday.
Yeah, I don't care about War Games. I'm more concerned with AEW than War Games is going to be awful.
Yeah, November 29th, so next Saturday is War Games.
Yeah, so we got PLEs in 2 weekends in a row.
Right. We'll probably either cover SmackDown the night before the PLE, or we'll at least get a predictions video out that night.
Friday?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the PLE. But with that being said, guys, yeah, we will talk to you guys Wednesday for Dynamite. Sorry, hiccups kicked in. We'll see you then. Deuces.
Later.